Welcome. In this video, we are looking at vulnerability assessment. What is vulnerability assessment or vulnerability analysis? This is a structured process used to identify, measure, and prioritize weaknesses or flaws in a computer system, network, or application. In our last video on scanning, we performed a scan on how to detect the version of an application or service running on a computer. I clearly stated in that video that vulnerabilities or weaknesses exist in the version of an application or service running on that asset. Now, as you can see in this explanation about vulnerability assessment, it categorically states that it is used to identify and also to measure and prioritize weaknesses. Scanning and vulnerability assessment are two different operations in identifying weaknesses in the hacking life cycle. We are going to perform a series of vulnerability scans on our targets. The tool we are going to use in our vulnerability assessment is called Nessus. Nessus is one of the popular vulnerability scanners you can find on the market. And in this video, we are going to see how to set it up and how to use it. Let's move on with how to download and install Nessus. We are installing it on our Kali Linux machine. Launch your browser in your Kali Linux machine and search for Nessus Essentials download and hit enter. We are downloading Nessus from Tenable. So click on any of these results coming from Tenable. We are going with the first result. Over here, we are going to register in order to get the Nessus activation code. So supply your name. In the email field, we can go on to use our conventional email solutions, be it Yahoo Mail, Gmail, or your work email. But we are going to use a temporary email solution. With the help of the temporary email solution, we can always create multiple accounts whenever we lose an activation code. Open a new tab and search for temporary email. The solution we are going to use is tempale.com. This is what it looks like. And now we have our temporary email here. We are going to copy this temporary email. Come over to your registration box and paste the email. You can ignore this checkbox and just click Get Started. Now the result says thanks. It means that we have successfully registered. Go over to your temporary email. This shows that we have an email in our temporary email. Click to open. This is our email coming from Tenable containing our activation code. What we are going to do with this email is to copy out our activation code. So copy this activation code, go to your terminal. We are going to save this to our desktop. We are going to create a file and call it Nessus activation code and save it to our desktop. So type this command and hit enter. We are going to read this file to ensure that we have successfully saved our activation code. This shows that our activation code is successfully saved. Now go to Nessus page. Click on the download button to download Nessus. Click on the download button. Click I agree and the download should start. At the top right corner, it shows that Nessus is downloading. Give it some time to download. Our download is completed. We are proceeding straight into installing our Nessus Essentials. We are going to navigate to our download directory. This shows that Nessus is successfully downloaded. To install Nessus, type this command and hit enter. This will install Nessus. This shows that Nessus has been installed successfully. The next thing we are going to do is to log into Nessus and download all the required plugins before Nessus will work appropriately. Take note of this. It says you can start Nessus scanner by typing this command. So let's start our Nessus service. To start services, remember in the case of Tor, we said that to start a service, you start with the command service. Then the name of the service you want to start, in this case, we're starting Nessus D. Then start. This command will start the Nessus service. For us to verify if Nessus is running, type this command, hit enter. This shows that Nessus is active and it's running. Press Ctrl C to close out. We are now going to configure our Nessus now that the service is running. On the browser, type this address. This web address will take you to the Nessus page. It will take you to this page. All you have to do is to click Advanced. Scroll down and click Accept the risk and continue. Because you already have the activation code, click Continue. Select Register for Nessus Essentials and click Continue. Click on Skip since we already have the activation code. Enter the activation code and then click Continue. Click Continue. Here you are going to create your login details. Click Submit. Save your login details. At this point, you're going to give it some time to download the required plugins. When this download is done, it will take you to the environment and then we'll give it some time to compile all the plugins that have been downloaded before we can be able to perform our scans with it. While Nessus is downloading plugins, if your internet is not strong enough, you can run into this problem saying download failed. And it says run the Nessus CLI update command. The only way that we can continue with the download of our plugins is to run this command. I know you may run into this challenge and that's why we are dealing with it right away. Let's update it now from our terminal. So to solve the download fail error, type this command. This command will download the plugins for us because at the moment it will be difficult for us to download our plugins from the browser. So Nessus core components complete and it says Nessus plugins are now up to date and the changes will automatically process by Nessus. So with this, we have been able to solve this challenge. What we are going to do now is to reload this page and see the result that comes after we have updated on the terminal. Refresh this page. We are going to log in. The error has been successfully cleared off. So whenever you run into that kind of issues downloading plugins, the best solution is to run that update command on the terminal and everything will come back smoothly. The next step is to wait for Nessus to compile the plugins and then we'll be able to perform our scan, because at the moment we are not being able to hit the new scan button. This icon shows that the plugins are being compiled. When you hover over it, it shows the compilation level. At this point, it says that just 1% of the compilation is completed. We're going to give it some time for the compilation to run. And then in the next video, we are going to carry out our scan.